Don't worry, we'll get to the black people. We'll get to black people. There's so much going on, the Epstein stuff. Now it's like, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on. And I don't even know what to speculate as to who's fucked in this Epstein thing. We've gone through so many stories and scenarios and people in politics telling us that this is it and this is it. I mean, I recall relatively recently Donald Trump saying there are no files. Pam Bondi, there aren't any. Everything you saw was it. And then you go, wait a minute, but they're still talking about the Epstein files. Then you find out there are Epstein files. And Trump doesn't want to release them because Trump is in there. He was having sex with underage girls at Epstein's Island. And then the Democrats like, well, then we got to release them because Trump is implicated in those. And then you ask the Democrats, well, why didn't you do this during the Biden administration when you had the power and ability to release all of these Epstein files if they implicate Trump in some nefarious sexual deviancy? Wouldn't they have done that in a second? And they don't give an answer. Literally don't give an answer. Chuck Schumer, we played the clip of Chuck Schumer saying, yeah, people are wondering, why won't Trump release them? No, you were asked the question, why didn't you guys release them? So both sides have been, it's like a hot potato. Kids, for you kids, you don't remember what hot potato was. I guess initially, way back when, it was probably a real hot potato. And you threw it around. You didn't want to hold it. And you just kept throwing it around. That seems to be what they're doing. Later, they invented a hot potato game that you wound up and you throw it around and an alarm would go off. And if you were holding it when the alarm went off, you had to suck everyone's dick. What? That wasn't in the Milton Bradley didn't? So it seems like this issue, the Democrats want to throw it at the Republicans want to throw it back to the Democrats, and no one really wants to be holding the hot potato when it goes off. So now there was just a vote today. I believe it passed the House, and now it goes to the Senate to see if these files will be released. Trump has already said recently, yeah, I'm all for them being released. And this is after he said, nah, there's nothing. So even Trump, and I support Trump, but as far as this Epstein thing goes, it seems a little dodgy. Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
And hello, I am Gavin McInnes.
Together, we're Compound Censored.
And we'd like you to subscribe to our network that has more fantastic content you could shake a stick at. Use this promo code for a one-time super offer.
Do it. It's uncensored and oh so entertaining. Like, maybe there are some things in there that implicate him in certain things. I don't know what it is. And as I pointed out, neither do you. You could be anti-Trump. You could be watching these shows like The View that are calling Trump a pedophile and he's implicated in this. And Rosie O'Donnell saying he paid $1 billion to Epstein to keep quiet because he was having sex with underage girls. No one knows any of this. No one knows anything except the people that were involved. Until real files come out that aren't completely redacted, and even then, a lot of people are going to think it's some bullshit, AI or some fucking fake documents. So as of right now, and maybe even in the future, we just don't know. But you can speculate that people in the Democrat Party and the Republican Party are both implicated in some bad deeds with the Epstein situation and the files. That is a pretty easy thing to speculate based on how they're denying that they're involved in it, but they don't want to put it out. Biden had it for 4 years. His administration had it for 4 years. And what did they do? Nothing. Trump, he's had it for about a year now. Why haven't we seen things? Remember Pam Bondi? We got it. Here it is. Here it is. Smell the glove. And it was nothing. The files handed out to the YouTube influencers. Remember that embarrassing shot? And then we saw redacted files of everything we had seen before. So I do believe that the Republicans and Democrats have some people that are going to take some hits here. I was talking to Keith the cop about it before the show, and he goes, yeah, there's going to be some collateral damage. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And we'll have to wait and see, but we're getting closer, maybe. We're maybe getting closer. But I got a few clips about this, the whole Epstein thing. Let me see which one I want to play first. Oh, okay. I guess it's the latest is Hakeem Jeffries. Now, Hakeem Jeffries, of course, a very outspoken Democrat moron. He does not like Trump. He is asshole buddies with Chuck Schumer, and they have been screaming and crying most recently about the government shutdown. They were insisting on continuing the shutdown while blaming Trump for starving children, for not getting the SNAP benefits out there. And then when a few Democrats finally caved in and said, all right, we'll sign, let's reopen the government and get those SNAP payments, benefits out to people that need them, Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer were like, oh, these horrible people. Well, they reopened the government. Now you can get together and chit chat about health insurance and paying illegals for health care and things like that while the government's open. You don't have to use starving children, as they said, as some type of hostage. And that's what the Democrats were doing. But of course, they've also been very vocal about the Epstein files and Trump being involved, and we need to release these. And then we find out, I played the clip yesterday, that there's this representative, Plaskett, that during the congressional hearing against Donald Trump, trying to pin him as a racist and whatever else, womanizer, this representative Plaskett was texting during the hearing while Trump's attorney, Cohen, was testifying. He was texting this representative with questions. Epstein was telling her what to ask during a congressional hearing. It's madness. It's insane. And this woman had accepted a lot of money from Jeffrey Epstein over the course of her career. And she ran the district, the area, her turf was where Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile island was. So if you don't see a conflict there and something that should really be looked into, you're an idiot. So Hakeem Jeffries was asked about this. He is asked a question about Representative Plaskett texting Epstein during these congressional hearings. And what do you think we got? An answer? No, not even close. Let's watch and listen.
Why should Americans trust you and House Democrats on the Jeffrey Epstein files when one of your own, Congresswoman Plaskett, was found to be texting with Jeffrey Epstein during a hearing, getting information from him, using that in her questioning during a congressional hearing? And at one point, he tells her, good job.
This is a bipartisan effort to make sure that, consistent with what the survivors have requested that there's full and complete transparency, and every single predator who may be in those Justice Department files doesn't escape accountability. Thanks.
Why should Americans?
Did you hear the question? Why should Americans trust you when one of your own, your Democrat colleague, was texting Jeffrey Epstein? Bipartisan, blah, blah, transparency. We're going to... Not a hint of an answer to the question that was asked of him. I mean, you know, you could say a lot about Donald Trump, and whether you like it or not, he will answer your fucking question. He will answer it. You might not like it, but he will give you an answer to your question. The idea of just not answering, not even acknowledging the question was asked, just pumping out more of your official talking points that you were told to point out. Sean, could you play that Chuck Schumer clip? Because it's very reminiscent of this, of what we just saw. Chuck Schumer being asked a question and not even remotely giving an answer to that. Do you got that one, Sean?
I guess a question that's out there, why wouldn't they have been released the last 4 years when President Biden was in office?
Well, that's the question every American is asking. Not every American, but so many Americans are asking. What the hell is he hiding? Why doesn't he want them released? When you don't want something like this released, when even a whole lot of Republicans are calling for the release, his own party members, people ask the question, what's he hiding? It's got to be answered by releasing the files.
I mean, just no shame either, right? Got to be answered. Got to be. Did you hear the fucking question? The question was, why didn't Biden release it when he was president? When the Biden administration, Democrats had power, had the files. Americans are wondering why you didn't release it then. Yes, that is the question. Americans are wondering what he did. What? What an insult. It's insulting to the American people to watch Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries just not acknowledge what are supposedly the eyes and ears of the American people, the media. They're asked legitimate questions. These aren't softball questions thrown to them by a propaganda media trying to make them look good. These are real questions that Americans are wondering. Hey, why didn't you release them when you had them and had the presidency? Yeah. How can Americans trust you, Hakeem, when your colleague, your Democrat colleague, was texting him during a hearing? And when they don't even try to answer that question, it's a direct fuck you to the American people. That's how I see it. So Hakeem, there may be a reason that Hakeem isn't even touching these questions. Maybe. Here is a hearing going on, and they bring up the fact or speculation that evidence that Hakeem Jeffries has an Epstein connection himself. Let's watch.
Colleagues' coordination with Epstein. Another email shows Democrat fundraisers invited Epstein to an event or to meet privately with Hakeem Jeffries as part of their 2013 effort to win a majority. So Hakeem Jeffries' campaign solicited money from Jeffrey Epstein. That's what we found in the last document batch. The files underscore why former President Trump must appear for his deposition. We've subpoenaed him. To date, the Democrats have done nothing to help us secure his appearance. I support full transparency. The Oversight Committee will continue to work to get the truth to the American people and to get justice for the victims. That's our goal of this investigation. With that, I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. Yeah, Mr. Speaker, we reserve. The gentleman reserves.
Yes. So Hakeem Jeffries' campaign got a lot of money from Jeffrey Epstein. They were setting up a meeting between Hakeem and Jeffrey Epstein. This is business as usual, by the way. Scumbags giving money to politicians so that they can get favors from them later on. It's the way it works. This is how it works. And, you know, Jeffrey Epstein isn't the only piece of shit that's doled out millions of dollars to politicians to get them elected. His motive? Yeah, to keep him out of fucking prison, maybe? To let him continue his little island hijinks and shenanigans down there? And, you know, what are the American people supposed to think? What are we supposed to think? That Epstein's the bad guy. All right, got it. And that all the politicians are amazing, caring people that just want to do what's best for the victims. Oof, I think they're full of shit. I think there's a big bunch of bullshit going on. So we will see. We will see what happens with Epstein, Hakeem Jeffries, Trump, the Clintons. Have you seen the latest? Have you seen this story? The latest story is that Donald Trump sucked Bill Clinton's cock. I don't know if it's involved with Epstein. Probably. Was it at Epstein's place? Was it somewhere? I don't know. There's the blue dress painting of Bill Clinton hanging up in Epstein's torture chamber there on his island. And now there's this talk that there are photos of Donald Trump sucking Bill Clinton's cock. But now they've kind of changed it to saying it's someone named Bubba. So Trump was sucking Bubba's dick. I don't know. But we have a video of some woman talking about it and saying that maybe even Vladimir Putin is somehow involved in this. It's all so fucking insane. So listen to this.
There is a photograph of Kanks giving a blowjob to somebody named Bubba that Vladimir Putin has. Nobody is even denying that. Mark Epstein came back in and released a statement. Hey, it's not Bill Clinton. You've got the wrong Bubba. And then we wonder why Helsinki happened. And then look at all of the bend over, and pun intended there, all of the bend over by Kanks to Vladimir Putin since that time.
Kinks?
This is unbelievable that this is just sitting out there, that Vladimir Putin has a picture of Kanks blowing Bubba. And we're sitting here talking about, oh, I don't know, what's he going to do with the tariffs, which are all important things, which of course he's taken the L on that as well, because everything this man touches dies, which makes me wonder where and how Bubba, whoever this Bubba is doing now.
So Kinks, how about you fucking see? She doesn't even want to say it because, I'll sue you. So I don't know. But Vladimir Putin has pictures. Why wouldn't he really use them? Why wouldn't he really use them? Like, hey, Trump, just, help me beat Ukraine. I want American troops on the ground fighting the Ukrainians, or I will release this picture. I can't really believe that one. I would have thought if that picture existed and Vladimir had it, he would have used it a lot sooner for a lot more I don't know, a lot bigger advantage to his positions globally. So I don't know, but this is what's going around the internet. I don't even like bringing it up because it conjures up a horrific image. I definitely don't want to think about Trump and any Bubba, Clinton or any other Bubba doing that. It's quite fucking disgusting is what it is. Yeah. All right. Hey, black people, I didn't forget about you. I wouldn't forget about you on any given day. Some of the behavior has been really, really bad lately. And what we're getting from the community isn't a bunch of people saying, wow, it is bad. We really have to step up and try to figure out what we're doing here as a community, as a people. We're looking terrible in the eyes of the rest of this country and the world by our actions here in the United States. The crime is unbelievable and unbelievably violent. And I saw a video today. It was a pregnant black woman with her child, another child who looked to be, 7, 8, maybe. I don't know. I can't tell kids' ages. And they're beating her up. Elementary school kids are beating her. She's pregnant, and her son, beating them, stomping them, kicking them. Little kids. It's like a science fiction. It's like fucking, Weapons. The movie Weapons with the little kids. They're running around and then they kill some people at the end. It's like that, only they're not white. They're not white kids and they're not under some type of witch's spell. It's just the way they're being raised, or lack thereof, by their single parent mother or the grandparents if the dad's in prison and the mother is strung out on drugs. So there's no one raising these kids, and we're seeing that it's getting worse and worse and worse. There's just no discipline. Even in the schools, they stopped the disciplinary programs in schools because they were deemed racist, because it was predominantly black people being disciplined in the school. So instead of looking into maybe why that is, they said, well, it must be racist. Let's eliminate the discipline. No more detention, no more suspension, expulsion. When I tell you, this is affecting my speech. These fucking missing teeth over here. I have the bridge put in, not till January. I got to get the temporary back because I'm speaking very strangely, like Rudy Giuliani. And it hurts too. It hurts. Very painful. My teeth fell out of my head. Anyway. Yeah. So where the fuck was I? Look at me. Look how quickly I get confused. Oh, yeah. The black community, a lot of violence, a lot of things. The pregnant woman being beaten. And just, overall horrible behavior. And what we're seeing is not people calling it out and going, we need to fix this. We're seeing more excuses being made. More excuses for the behavior than saying we need to fix the behavior. A lot of blame to go around. White people, white society, racism, all of that is the reason, I guess, this is happening. Instead of taking responsibility, saying we're not raising our kids properly, they're getting no discipline, and they're becoming fucking monsters. And that's what's going on. That is what's going on. So here is a black woman and doing exactly what I just said, making excuses for shit behavior, taking no responsibility, saying that the black community has no responsibility in trying to figure out what is wrong in their community. So let's watch this.
The black community is about 300 years old, and that sounds like a lot. We're only 100 and some odd years removed from slavery. The black community, black American community, is 300 years old. But I want to put it in perspective. If the Chinese community is 5,000 years old, the Germanic community is 30,000 years old, the Indian community is 5,000, the Japanese community is 10,000 years old, thousands of years old. And we're 300 years old. We're the youngest community in the world. I want one of the youngest communities in the world. I want us to extend grace. I make this video to just urge us to extend grace to one another. We're young, we're babies. Think of like a baby deer. But instead of just a baby deer falling down on its own because it's weak, it's getting knocked the fuck over left and fucking right. Left and right. From different communities, different systems, just everything knocking us over. But we continue to prevail. We continue to stand up. It might take a little bit longer. And in the meantime, it's not like we have our mom to come and like get up under and protect us. No, they're killing our leaders. Every day they're killing and silencing our leaders, our elders. What? Okay, we have to extend grace to one another. We are basically infants in this world. We don't even know who we are. We're figuring it out. We know that we are very powerful people, extremely powerful and magnetic and spiritual people. Okay? We know that about each other and ourselves. But it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. But in the meantime, I guess I make this video to urge you, find your role in your community. Not just the world, but in your community. Because we are the only ones that are going to save us. Okay, we can't rely on the onesie-twosie people coming from other communities to save us when their entire community could care less about us unless we're giving them money. All in all, the message is extend grace, be patient as much as you can. And if you're going to shop black-owned that donates to black nonprofits that's dedicated to black issues. Because we're not making these people rich no more just so they can disregard us once they get to the position they want to be in and leave us where we are. That's all. Final. That's the final message.
So if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.